Hello everybody and welcome back to the United Stand. The road trip is back. Football at Old Trafford is back. Amorim ball is back. Are you excited? Because I am. Manchester United are on a 5-game unbeaten run. Will we return with the bang and will we continue that? Let's get our 6th game, hopefully get a win. Or will David Moyes give us a problem to solve? I am really excited for this game. I don't think it's as cut and dry as Manchester United batter Everton at Old Trafford. I think it's going to be a really difficult game. I think Everton have some really good players. I think David Moyes has got them playing some good football. I think they're set up well. And do you know what? There's actually only 3 points between Everton and Manchester United in the table. So it is all to play for. If Everton manage to grab a win or snatch a win at Old Trafford, we're on equal points. And when you put it into perspective, the table between around 2nd and 3rd place all the way down to just touching below 10th really. I think Everton are in 13th place now. It is so congested and European football is really up for grabs for a lot of teams. So Man United have to stay on it. I feel like it was 2 drop points against Spurs. I think we should have won that game based on the way that we played. We were lucky to rescue a point with delay. Amorim substitutions nearly cost us the game big time and I'm hoping to see that improvement at Old Trafford. In the previous game where we ended up drawing it, which was against Nottingham Forest, I also thought that Manchester United should have won that game. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, we've dropped 4 points there. This game, Everton at Old Trafford, we really have to go out there and get the win. And I mean, you're talking about a 5-game unbeaten run. I mean, I take it. I definitely take it considering where we were at. But I want to start getting back-to-back wins on the table. I want to start getting that on the scoreboard. I want to see United Strand cutting his haircut. And if you look at the run of games we've got, you really could see that happening. The one that gets me is away at Selhurst Park, which is next Sunday. I mean, we'll do a road trip for that, I'm sure, so I won't get into it now. But that's a really tricky fixture. 12 o'clock on a Sunday is Selhurst Park, the atmosphere there. And with the way Glasner's got them set up, that'll be difficult. But David Moyes, what does he have in store for us? Well, he's a brilliant Premier League manager. Didn't work out at Old Trafford, no, but he's got the Everton team playing well. They've got some really good players. Jack Grealish, I think, has been fantastic for Everton since he signed for them, and he's caused Manchester United problems when he's played for Man City. He's caused us problems when he played for Villa, and he was actually somebody I wanted at Manchester United at a time. It didn't end up working out that way, but it's just good to see a player of that quality playing the way he is now and having that freedom under David Moyes. However, we shut him up. We shut him up at the weekend and they can get back to playing amazing football because I just like to watch him. I really do. And then you've got Ndiaye, and Ndiaye is fantastic. So they have some attacking players that can really hurt us, and our defence is going to have to be playing at the maximum. You look at Jack Grealish playing off the left. Is Ahmad going to be able to deal with that? Will Yoro be able to deal with that? Will that combination be able to deal with Jack Grealish? Or will Amorim opt for a more out-and-out wing back that's more of a back 5 like a Mazraoui or a Dalot? That'll be an interesting question. And then you have Ndiaye on the other side. Is he going to go with Dalot, trusted and tested, or is he going to throw Dorgu back in at Old Trafford? And Dorgu, in my opinion, it can be really hit or really miss, and if he has a really good game, fantastic. If he doesn't, then we could be in trouble. However, I do think the defensive side of his game is really good, so I would trust him against Ndiaye, and I would actually, I mean, I say that Ndiaye's fantastic, but I would out of the left wing backs we've got available, I would go with Dorgu in this game. He went with Dorgu against Spurs, didn't he? But he's always kind of going in and out with them 2 wing backs. Is it going to be Dalot? Is it going to be Dorgu? Well, if Dalot plays on the right hand side, then it's definitely going to be Dorgu, but we'll have to wait and see. How is he going to set this team up? Could it even potentially be Luke Shaw? I don't think it's going to be, but Lisandro Martinez is back. So that is a question that Ruben Amorim will have to answer. Is he going to play Leacher in his starting 11 straight back in? Or is he going to bring him off the bench and get him warmed up? I could probably say 99% it's going to be off the bench and ease him back in. And I don't think he necessarily just comes straight back into the starting 11 either. I think he's got to fight for it. But that's going to be a big question that we ask on that Monday Night Football. I mean, Ruben Amorim himself name-dropped Ndiaye, name-dropped Grealish, name-dropped James Garner, ex-Manchester United academy player who is on a free in the summer. I'm going to be honest, he's performing a lot better than Ugarte is, and that is no shade against Ugarte. I think there's a player in there, but he's just not managed to get off to the races at Old Trafford, has he? He's not managed to do anything so far this season that makes you think he can be trusted. I get nervous when he gets on the pitch at the moment, and I actually think there's a player in there, but James Garner, who we sold for cheap under Ten Hag, is now going on a free in the summer. Is it scout watch for him? Let me know your thoughts. I actually do think there is a player in Ugarte, by the way. I just think he's lacking major confidence, and Amorim isn't in a position where he can give someone a run of games if they're not playing well. So we'll see how he sets up. We've got a lot of games coming up. This could be the time where the likes of Mainu, Ugarte get match sharp and get back into this team. However, I don't think Mainu will against Everton, as he was not training as of Friday before Amorim's press conference. Amorim did say in his press conference that he might be available by the time it gets to Monday. Harry Maguire is out, Benjamin Sesko is out, and Lisandro Martinez is back. So how do you set up this team? I mean, before I say my starting 11, I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see free-flowing football. I want to see us on the front foot. I want to see us switched on defensively. I want to see the centre-backs being really aggressive, stepping up into the midfield the way that they have been doing. Luke Shaw and De Ligt and Lenny Yoro have been doing really well at just stepping into that midfield and being aggressive. I want to see that. I want to see our wing-backs getting up and challenging Grealish and Ndiaye to get back. That's what I want to see, as well as covering them and having the left and right sided centre-backs getting across and covering Lenny Yoro, Luke Shaw. I want to see the midfield be stabilised and Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro having sort of that cushion around them with the centre-backs moving up and us being a bit on the front foot at Old Trafford. And the other way that they are cushioned is by the number 10s dropping into the midfield, making up more numbers. Bryan Mbeumo dropping in, which he does. He's excellent at it. Cunha dropping in like he does. And then whoever's going to play up front. I mean, Cunha might be playing up front. And again, it's like an extra midfielder dropping in there. Mason Mount, he's the best at it. Mason Mount is the best at getting in and making it like a three-man midfield. He might start in this game. Or does Joshua Zirkzee start? Get in the comments straight away. What is your front three? Because Benjamin Sesko's out. Does he go with Cunha, Mount and Mbeumo? Or does he go with Zirkzee and give him a start after he's been desperate for one, really? I remember the fixture that Ruben Amorim beat Everton 4-0 in, and Zirkzee was really, really good in that game. Do you run it back? Do you give him this opportunity now Sesko's out and you're going to need these attackers to start stepping up? Especially with Ahmad and Bryan Mbeumo set to go to AFCON. If their national teams want them there 2 weeks before their first fixture, they could be gone from the 10th of December. That is coming up quickly. So we need to work out which attackers are up to it and can perform. And I actually think Joshua Zirkzee has been majorly underutilised, majorly underused. I think he's not had a chance with some good players in behind him. If you play Joshua Zirkzee with Cunha and Mbeumo behind him, I want to see what that's like. He's a facilitator. Give, go. Intelligent players. Mbeumo dropping into the midfield and then running off the back of the last man. Mbeumo is the best, I think the best player in the league at knowing when to hang off the man and make them darting runs in behind to lose them. Them runs that he does to lose his man and get in behind are fantastic. And I think with Joshua Zirkzee kind of dropping into that space and allowing Bryan Mbeumo to take the defender away and run in behind, that could be a lethal combination, especially with Ahmad getting on the overlap and kind of cutting into the inside with his left foot as well. You have a triangle there with Zirkzee, Mbeumo and Ahmad that could really kind of tear that defence apart and open up them gaps. And then you've got the likes of Cunha getting involved, likes of Bruno Fernandes getting involved. So that's where I think Zirkzee could be really dangerous for Manchester United, dropping into that false nine position and grabbing the ball and then spreading it out to the likes of the Mbumos, the Ahmads, the Cunhas. And if I was him, I'd be desperate to start this game, absolutely desperate. But Amorim does love Mason Mount, so there is an opportunity that he goes with Mount, Cunha and Mbeumo, because that's been his preferred front line when Sesko has been injured. I mean, even against Spurs, Sesko has been injured. When Sesko's not been used, this is the first injury of the season. When Sesko's not his first choice number 9, it usually is Cunha who kind of gets into that starting role as a striker. He wanted to be on camera, didn't he? He's loving it. He wants to watch himself back later. Should have given us a wave when he was walking past. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I love Mason Mount, I really do. But I think Zirkzee deserves an opportunity at Old Trafford, if I'm going to be honest with you. So this is how I'd line it up. Although, to be fair, against Spurs, even when he didn't use Sesko, he used Ahmad and Mbeumo in behind, didn't he? And do you know what? Genuinely, oh no, I've cracked it. I've cracked the code, everyone. He's going to go with Cunha, Mbeumo and Ahmad again, isn't he? I think he is, because I don't think he's going to play Ahmad wing-back against Grealish. Let's see. I'll kind of predict Amorim's XI and then I'll predict mine. I'll give my score prediction. So get in the comments and do it along with me. This is what I think Amorim's XI will be. I think it will be Senny Lammens in goal. I think it will be a back three of Yoro, De Ligt and Shaw. I think the wing-backs will be Dalot or Mazraoui on the right and then Dorgu on the left. Wouldn't surprise me if it's Mazraoui on the right and then Dalot on the left. I think he'll go with Mazraoui and Dorgu if Mazraoui's 100% fit. Then the midfield is going to go with Casemiro and Bruno. He's trusted two in that midfield, his partnership that he goes to every game, it seems now. And then I think his two number 10s are going to be Amad and Mbeumo, and I think he's going to play Cunha up front. That's how I think Amorim would line up. This is how I would line up if I was picking the team. I would go with Seny Lamans in goal. I'd go with a back three of Yoro, De Ligt and Shaw. I'd go with the wing backs of Amad and Dorgu. I'd go with a midfield two of Casemiro and Bruno. I'd go with the two number 10s as Cunha and Mbeumo, and I'd go with Zirkzee up front. I wouldn't mind playing Mount in the 10. I'd actually, if I was going to play Mount, I'd probably play him as the false 9 and Cunha in the 10. I think Cunha can play up front, but I think he's wasted there. His ball carrying ability to get the ball from the defensive third to the attacking third is fantastic. The way he can drive through a midfield, the way he can help us up the pitch, you don't see that as much when he's playing up front. So for me, Cunha has to play in the 10. I don't want to see him up front. If we are going to play Mason Mount and Cunha together, I'd put Mason Mount in that false 9 position and then Cunha in the 10. They can always rotate in the game. But if not, play Zirkzee up front, have that facilitating number 9, and then have Cunha doing what he does best, which is carrying the ball through the midfield and linking up the play. That's what I would do. Score prediction, I'm going with a tight... I was going to go 2-1, but sack it. We're going to keep a clean sheet. I'm going to go with 2-0 to Manchester United. I think a clean sheet's on the way. I think we will win this game, but I do think Everton will cause us problems, and I think it'll be edgy. Might be 2-1, but I'll go with 2-0. Let me know what your score predictions is. Hopefully we can get a win off the back of the international break and keep this unbeaten run going. Thank you for watching, everyone. And the last thing to say is, come on, United.